Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Lori, I'm the Frugal Mom. I have content that centers around frugal cooking, frugal shopping, food pantry hauls, homemaking, mom life, dealing with multiple disabilities. I keep it real with you guys, so if that's content that you're interested, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the like as well. I would welcome having you here as part of our community. So, I'm coming on here to vent. And it's been a hectic couple of days. Two of my foster kittens got neutered, one yesterday and one today. I'm going to go pick up the one that went today in an hour or so. I dropped my son at school. He needs to be dropped at school probably, I would imagine, for the next couple of months. So I had to drop him at school. He's on crutches. He's in an air cast. So I have to help him quite a bit with getting dressed because he can't put any weight on his foot or his leg. Right now it causes him excruciating pain. They say it's not broken, but for the amount of pain and the swelling that he's experiencing, I suspect that there is some kind of fracture going on. Yeah, so that's my morning. I mean, I have to even go and get him his clothes. He tells me what he wants to wear. He uses the shower chair in the shower every night. I have to wrap and unwrap his ankle and his foot. So he's pretty uncomfortable. I don't mind doing it for him, but it has added to the hectic nature of life. But that's life, right, guys? So I'm home now. I'm cleaning. I did an Instacart order this morning. I do Instacart, as some of you know, when I feel well. Even if I just manage to do an order or two a day, or 2 or 3 orders, it's still more than I had before. But lately what I'm noticing is a lot of people are not tipping fairly. And this is because I don't think they realize that even though, yes, Instacart pays us, we rely mostly on our tips. So I made a post on Facebook in the community page because I wanted it to kind of be like a public service announcement. And people really were ignorant and rude. They actually attacked my daughter when she logged in to defend me. And I just wanted to address some of that here. So, what I did was I took a screenshot of a $7.42 order. Now, this is what I would be getting paid for Instacart. Now, it was 3.9 miles, the delivery point, to a very wealthy town called Rumson. 3.9 miles from the store. The store is about, I want to say, 3 miles from my home. So you figure that's 4 and 3, so almost 8 miles. It was only to pick up 8 items. Now we get to see what items they are. In my case, that's useful because I can't really carry anything heavy unless I have someone with me. And I normally don't accept those heavy orders. It would have been a breeze to do, but here's the thing. You have to realize that I looked and saw what it was. None of it was necessity, and it doesn't really matter to me what people are buying. But if I see an order that's that low in pay, I will look at what the items are because I like to help people. And if it's medicine or baby items or stuff that kind of tells me that they might need because they're sick or something for an elderly person, I will go ahead and do it because that's just who I am. This was all junk food, basically. And again, if it had paid more, I don't care what you buy. Right? I really don't. But here's the thing. People who are doing these gig jobs, we need the money, and that's why we're doing it. I live on a fixed income. I know many people who do these jobs do as well. We're not destitute by any means, but maybe we're saving for something. Maybe we just need a little bit of extra grocery money ourselves. And we're happy to help people, but you have to realize that we need to earn money for it too, especially if we're talking about, traveling to the store from home and then having to travel to the drop-off point, which is almost 4 miles away from the store, and then having to drive all the way back. Gas is up over $3 a gallon now. So $7.42. When I looked at the items, it was probably about a $60 order. The tip was $3.42. The rest of it was Instacart Pay. It's like when you go to a restaurant and you tip a server. $3.42 isn't really going to do much for the person that has to go do all this work. And by the time you drive back and forth and do the shopping, even though it's only 8 items, you check it out, you put it in your car, it's going to take about 40 minutes minimum. So you got to put all of that into the equation. I'm not saying that the person had to tip a tremendous amount, but why not $5? Why not $6? Remember, they're saving you time, and we don't know if you're sick or not, but still you're using a service, so you have to be prepared to be able to pay for that service. People don't know this when I'm offered the order. You don't know my rating until after I've accepted the order, but I'm a very high rated shopper. I took very seriously the training that was involved when I signed up to be an Instacart shopper. So because of that, I have a very high rating. I think my rating right now is 9.75, which is only a quarter away from 10, which would be perfect. I've made very few mistakes. I'm only human, so I've made a couple over 3 years. But in my experience, I've had a lot of things misdelivered. When I've used Instacart, I've had a lot of the wrong things purchased. I haven't had shoppers not communicate with me when I've asked for it. And I do all of that. I communicate with the people that I shop for. I send them messages. I try to communicate with them. So I'm a good shopper, and I wish that there was a way that they could know that before they put the tip in. Of course they can increase the tip a couple hours afterwards, but most of them don't, which is incredible to me. And most of them in the wealthier areas, they don't tip well at all. It's people who are like me on a lower income that understand the work and the time that it takes to get it to go into what we're doing. Again, we're not doing this for fun. It's not for shits and giggles. We're doing this to earn extra money because we need it. I posted this on the Middletown page, like I said, and I got attacked. I don't even think that people read the whole post all the way or understood it, which is alarming to me. I wasn't meaning to attack anybody. I don't care what people buy. I understand that elderly people could be ordering this stuff, and I've delivered for tons of elderly people over the years, and they are actually better tippers than some of the younger people and the people who have money. So, I was just really alarmed. Like, people were calling me and my family white trash, which is just unacceptable. I am not white trash at all. I am college educated. I went to trade school. I had a career. I worked 2 and 3 jobs in that career. I also worked in retail. I wish that I was able-bodied enough to do what I was doing because I miss it and I loved it. But the fact of the matter is that I've got many chronic disabilities. I never know how I'm going to feel from part of the day sometimes to another, and definitely from one day to another. So, if I wake up in the morning and I feel good and I've got a couple good hours, I will go in Instacart for a few hours, and that puts money in the bank that I didn't have before. So, there was people who went at my daughter when she tried to defend me. My daughter is brilliant. She's got a very high IQ. She is a senior now in high school, and she's taking advanced placement college courses at the community college. She works 20 to 30 hours a week. She's very well read. She has good manners. They were saying that I didn't teach her well because she was talking to adults the way she was. She wasn't trying to be disrespectful until they got disrespectful back towards us. She was defending me. Now, the funny thing, God forbid that I have to go on some kind of public assistance because I need it because of my low income and the fact that I have 2 children. Some people would be all over me for that. But instead, I choose to work in the capacity that I can. And because I'm trying to make a public service announcement on a public forum to educate people about the way that gig workers get paid, I'm being jumped all over. And she is too. There was even a grown man who had a picture of his daughter, I believe as his cover daughter, cover picture. I'm just really flustered, sorry guys. And his daughter would probably be my daughter's age. As you know, she just turned 18. And he was going at it, basically calling her a whore. And I was just flabbergasted. This is a grown man? A grown man. And people completely miss my point about this post. I'm not criticizing people. If people need help and they have a fixed income, I understand that more than anybody else. But I don't think people understand how these gigs work, these gig apps work. For something small like that, like a small order like that, DoorDash would be the better one to use because the drivers have access to picking up more than one order at one time, and they're being paid worth their time. That's all I'm asking. Just don't cheap out on the tip. I've actually had orders offered to me where there's no tip. Would you go into a restaurant, order a full meal, and then not tip your server? No, you wouldn't. That's rude. Well, most people wouldn't. And the way that they were talking to us, I just can't believe that. People saying if I don't like it, go get a better job. Well, did you read my post? I said that I'm disabled. What's wrong with you that you can't understand English? That you can't compute what I wrote? Really? I'm sorry, guys. I'm not normally this feisty. People were calling me miserable, and that wasn't the tone of my post at all. You guys know me. I'm not miserable. I'm basically a very positive person. I am grateful for when I have a good Instacart day. It's a little frustrating. Lately when I log on, I see these silly orders like $6 and change, $7 and change. I could understand if it was one item. That I'll do for somebody because that takes no time as long as it's not too far away. But you had 8 items at like a approximately $60 value, and you live in a wealthy town, so you're going to give me $3.42 to travel that far and bring you your $60 worth of junk food? It's been a lot of that lately. And so my intent was to educate people. Remember the days of cab drivers? I'm not sure how popular cabs are anymore. You wouldn't just tip somebody like 50 cents to drive you 10 miles, right? It's kind of the same thing. I don't know, guys. The state of the world and people telling me to be kind and not judgmental when all I'm doing is trying to earn a little bit of a living on the side. It's really pretty sad. I'm not trying to be judgmental. Anybody who got that from that post, I really think that they completely misunderstood. What do you guys think? It's very frustrating. Again, excuse my lack of glamour. You know me. I'm in my house cleaning and straightening up. And I've got kittens everywhere because my bathroom door broke where I keep them. So I hope everybody's been well. I am hoping that your day is met with more kindness than mine has been. I'm sending love to all of you from New Jersey. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.